This is Pickford Panthers playoff football on the E.U.P Sports Network. Today's game is brought to you by the Mhsaa Golf Course, Hartley Woods Realtor, McKellar Williams, Northern Michigan Properties, Alcona Health Center, Islands Insurance Center, Alpine Engineering, the Haskey Post Company, Sioux Co-op Credit Union, Ator Oil and Propane, Midpoint Marathon, Rivers Granite Custom Countertops and Cabinetry, the Cozy Corners Restaurant in Barbeau, Prescription Oxygen, Cedarville Foods, Skinner's Tractor Service of Pickford, the Tri-County Building Centers, Wilderness Treasures, Harrison Electric, the Pickford Booster Club, Forefront Credit Union, Taylor Acre Farms, O'Connor's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram of Pickford, Neville's Superette, Busy Bee Rentals, Smart Drywall and Painting, the Pickford Feed Mill, Rob's Service and Sales, Les Chenot Coffee Roasters, Northern Sand and Gravel, John Anderson Broker with Real Estate One, Senator John DeMoose, Central Savings Bank, and the Sundown Lounge. This is Pickford Panthers playoff football, exclusively on the E.U.P Sports Network.
Good morning and welcome inside the Superior Dome on the campus of Northern Michigan University. Dan Hardenbrook, Zach Klickner, glad to have you along. This is the MHSAA 8-player Division I state championship. A pair of undefeated teams have reached the final step in a season-long journey. It's 12-0 Deckerville, the Eagles, taking on the undefeated Pickford Panthers. Glad to have you along from Marquette, and almost ready to go in this contest between two teams who have accomplished every goal in front of them. Back to the summer off season, into fall practices, and 12 straight weeks to get through. And now, on a Saturday here in November inside the Superior Dome, Championship Saturday for the 8-player team. Should be a good contest. And Zach, the Panthers and the Eagles ready to go on one of the biggest days of the year for football teams around the state.
Well, one thing about it, Dan, in here in the Dome, weather is not a factor.
No, absolutely beautiful. Both teams on turf for the first time this year. And I think we're going to be able to see both teams play their full deck of cards in this one, because there is no tomorrow, win or lose, and we have to be ready for just about anything and everything today.
Absolutely. Deckerville comes in scoring 589 points in 12 games. They're averaging 49 points a game and only allowing 16 a game, giving up 196 points on the season. Of course, kind of a shootout there with Mendon last week. Pickford, on the other hand, 639 points in 12 games, only allowing 96 points. So 53.25 a game for Pickford and only allowing 8 a game. So one score, 1 2-point conversion, all Pickford is allowing. And I will tell you right now that 4-2 defense that Pickford runs, it is stifling.
Well, and you made a mention last week when we did the semifinal contest in Inland Lakes. That's Deckerville's only hope, really, probably in this one to keep pace, is they've got to try and spread Pickford out, get them out of that base 4-2 defense. How do the Eagles go about doing that? Because they do run the ball pretty well throughout the season.
Well, they got their quarterback is a senior, a 6'1" senior. He wears number 7. He throws the ball well. I was watching him here in pregame, and he throws the ball very well. Their running back, number 2,
Brandon
Salowitz, he's only a sophomore. He's a 5'10" sophomore. And I tell you what, the film that I've seen on Deckerville thus far, 7 and 2, those are their guys on offense. Their quarterback, I didn't see him play much defense. I don't know if that's by design or
not listed as a defensive position in the program, just straight quarterback.
Straight quarterback. But number 2, the Brandon Salowitz, the 5'10" sophomore, he's also one of their starting linebackers. Both teams are coached well. Deckerville, Coach Bill Brown, He's in his 32nd year. He's 258 and 90 overall as a record in his coaching career. They were the 2012 eight-man champs. Pickford, on the other hand, we know Mr. Rader very well. Josh Rader, he's in his 21st year. He's 153 and 66 overall, and they were champs just as recently as 2019. No doubt in my mind, they would have been the 2020 champs.
Yep.
But unfortunate circumstances with the COVID year there kind of hindered that opportunity. But no doubt in my mind, they would have been the 2020 champs. We've said it a million times. Coach Rader, he runs his system, and he runs it well. At all three levels, middle school, JV, varsity. I'm not real familiar with Coach Brown's system. I've seen a little bit on film, as I said. He runs a two tight end set. They will run out of the I under center. But like you said, Dan, nothing is out of the question today.
That's right, and it is going to be two teams that have been well accomplished. You ran down the resumes. Pickford was also here in 2018 as the runner-up, lost the state championship contest, came back with the motto in 2019 of unfinished business and got the job done. This year, it's been taking care of business for the Panthers. Let's talk about Pickford and inside the dome today. They can do a lot. Obviously, Tommy's story, great. You can mention, we could spend the next 4 hours talking about Tommy's story. The All E.U.P Offensive Player of the Year named earlier this week. Coach Rader is the Coach of the Year. Pickford the Team of the Year. But last week, you had mentioned it. It was going to be some of their unsung heroes, some guys that kind of get overlooked a little bit. Those guys stepped up. Who do you have your eye on today for the Panthers to help them bring home some hardware?
I mean, it's got to be Mr. Story up here today. He's the guy that got him here. But I do like Bennon and Miller again. I got to believe that in 32 years of coaching, Coach Brown for Deckerville there, he's got his eyeballs on Tommy. So, again, other guys got to contribute for Pickford today.
These are the number 2 and number 3 teams in the state playoff point rankings. And you know, they've probably had their eye on a little bit, knowing that they were on this collision course. I don't think either side's going to be surprised in this one, because both of these guys have seen their fair share of big games, and they know how to prep for a game of this magnitude.
Absolutely. That game last week between Deckerville and Menden, that was
a classic.
That was such a great high school football game. Menden got it close late, and then Deckerville kind of pulled away late. Right off the opening kickoff, Menden went down and scored, didn't get the 2-point conversion. Deckerville turned around, went down and scored, got the 2-point conversion, and kind of held on to the lead for most of the game. On the other half, we seen Pickford jump out to that lead early last week. Indian River and the Lakes, they did some things right in the second half. So a lot of things there for Coach Rader to build on this week. And yet you always got to find them teaching moments, especially this late in the season.
Well, we saw he was not pleased with some of the penalties, some of the uncharacteristic mistakes that they just haven't made. And that's one of the reasons they've been so far ahead of their competition throughout the season. But in a game like this today, those are the things, your time of possession, your turnovers, your penalty battles, those swing. In a game like this today can mean the difference between going home undefeated or going home feeling empty-handed like the other 150 to 200 plus 8-man teams in the state who are watching this one today.
Exactly. You don't want to get here and lose a game of this magnitude on what you just said, the silly mistakes, the silly penalties, the unforced errors. I believe that, in 32 years of coaching, Coach Brown, like I said, he's going to have this team ironed out. And we've talked about it a million times. Pickford is a very well-disciplined team. I've I've seen a lot of Pickford teams, and I can say that for every single one of them. They don't make them mistakes like they did early last week, and I expect Coach Rader to have that ironed out this week. But I look for a really clean game today.
Pickford's defense going to be a big factor in this one. You mentioned the stars from Deckerville. They've got 3 all-state guys probably among their top 8. Pickford's played 8 guys both ways, starting football. They rotate a couple of guys in very well. Their starting defense has given up only 3 touchdowns all season long. It's a pretty impressive group. But is there anything to the critics of Pickford? They say, well, they haven't been challenged, and if you catch them in a tight game, you might be able to get them. But just because Pickford hasn't been tested doesn't mean that they're not ready for that moment.
I don't think it's that Pickford hasn't been tested, Dan. I think Pickford is just that top tier of a program right now.
What's going on, Dan?
Pickford plays a tough schedule. And they played a lot of tough teams. You know, they played a team that lost in the semifinal, or the regional, I should say. I'm sorry. A team that, you know, if they win that regional, Powers, they could be playing here today. So it's not that Pickford hasn't been tested. I think that they're just such a well-oiled machine that it looks like they haven't been tested.
Great crowd across from us. We're up in the media deck here at the Superior Dome. What would be the home sideline if you've been to a game up here. The atmosphere has been great. People, I mean, we were an hour and a half here early before kickoff, and the parking lot was already full. Deckerville's band, I ran down to the restroom earlier. They're on the ground floor playing out on the concourse as people are coming in. Great atmosphere here in this one, and a great crowd making the trip over from Pickford in this one. We're going to step aside, getting ready for the pregame festivities here in this one as we approach kickoff in the 8-player Division I state championship. It is the Panthers of Pickford and the Eagles of Deckerville coming up with the E.U.P Sports Network on Facebook and YouTube.
The team at your local Alcona Health Center in Pickford will treat you and yours like family. Providing a full range of services to Pickford and the surrounding communities, the Pickford Alcona Health Center is ready to care for you and your loved ones in a time of need. Winter will be here before you know it, and the Pickford Alcona Health Center reminds you that now is the time to get your flu and COVID vaccinations so that your family and our communities can stay safe this season.
Since 2002, Alpine Engineering has been serving Michigan with expertise in land surveying and civil engineering. Detailed planning and thoughtful design are the mark of every Alpine Engineering project. From the planning process to completion, let Alpine Engineering help get the job done. Call 906-647-2091 or visit their website at alpine-inc.net.
Brrr. Don't get left out in the cold this winter with Ator Oil and Propane. Ator Oil and Propane has been serving the Eastern Upper Peninsula with quality petroleum products since 1955. Ator Oil and Propane wishes the Panthers good luck in the football playoffs. Proud supporters of kids in our local communities, Ator Oil and Propane. See them in Cedarville or go to their website at atoroil.com.
Cedarville Foods is a family-owned grocery store located right in the heart of Cedarville. Open Monday through Saturday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m., Cedarville Foods offers a full meat department, fresh produce, a bakery and deli, and so much more. Follow Cedarville Foods on Facebook for weekly sales and specials. Cedarville Foods, your full-service grocery store.
Carly Woods can make finding your dream home or property a reality. Carly Woods Realtor with Keller Williams Northern Michigan Properties serves the entire Eastern UP. The next time you're in the market for a new home, cabin, or camp, let Carly be your guide. Why? Because you deserve the best, and nobody is better in the real estate game than Carly Woods Realtor with Keller Williams Northern Michigan Properties. Call Carly today at 906-322-8789 or stop by at 405 Easterday, Sioux, Michigan.
Harrison Electric proudly supports Pickford Panthers athletics.
Harrison Electric hopes the Panthers light up the competition in the MHSAA football playoffs. When planning your next project, go with the best, go with the brightest.
For fantastic food with a fabulous view, choose the Cozy Corners Restaurant in Barbeau. Beautifully situated on the shores of the St. Mary's River, Cozy Corners is famous for its delicious burgers, Friday night fish, and Saturday steak specials, and it's the perfect spot for you and the entire family. Unforgettable food with an unbeatable view. It's the Cozy Corners Restaurant in Barbeau.
Serving the eastern Upper Peninsula and the entire state of Michigan, Islands Insurance can tailor a policy to fit your needs at a competitive rate. Providing a full range of coverage and carriers, Islands Insurance Center will give you and your family peace of mind. For all of your insurance needs, call 906-484-2226 or see them on M134 in Cedarville.
The Haskell Post Company proudly supports local student athletes in our communities. From paneling and siding to post rails and decking, don't start that next project without the team at Haskell Post Company. They feature Northern White Cedar products, and the Haskell Post Company can help you create a one-of-a-kind masterpiece. Call 906-484-2603 or visit them on East Swede Road in Cedarville.
Prescription Oxygen proudly serves the E.U.P, caring for you and your loved ones. Prescription Oxygen is the region's only home healthcare equipment and oxygen provider. When given the choice, give Prescription Oxygen a call at 906-632-3772 or stop by at 2675 Ashmund Street in the Sioux.
All right, getting ready to go here. Dan Hardenbrook, Zach Klickner. Glad to be back with you. Panthers will return right to left as we bring it to you here inside the Superior Dome. It's Gunnar Bennon deep back, ready to get this state championship contest underway. And the kicker is Ian Flanagan. He boots it deep from the 15. Bennon right side, up the Pickford sideline there on the far edge. He gets wrapped up in a hurry.
Corbin Charbowski with that tackle, 5'10" senior.
Good coverage there for the Eagles. 11:54 just underway here.
I'm kind of surprised they kicked to him, man. Last week we seen Pickford come out that opening kickoff and one play, and Pickford was up 6-0.
So the Panthers right to left. Their sideline to their right. It's Story in the shotgun. Single wing to the right. They drop Miller back and slide him over into the double bug. Story straight ahead, plowing forward. Gonna get a gain of 8 out to the 40-yard line. Panthers over 10 yards per carry on the season.
And that's just their typical double bug to the right. That time they shifted into it.
We saw that a little bit more last week.
I seen that on film out of Pickford early in the season. Didn't see it for a few weeks there in the middle part of the season. Now they're kind of bringing a little bit of that back.
McConkey splits wide to the left. He'll draw a man out.
I would look
a
for
41 defense here as Deckerville kind of plays their backers back a little bit.
There's that shift again, and Story will go left tackle. He'll get the first down on the second effort.
Gain of 3. Good initial pursuit by Deckerville, but Story too strong. Just underway. Opening minute gone in this contest. Panthers just at the tip of the Wildcat logo. 43-yard line, 1st and 10. Now they'll go heavy to the right here. Miller is a wing. Bennon is split wide here this time. They try to go counter, and the Eagles are there. 2, Brandon Salowitz, we mentioned him as a runner, but a pretty good linebacker as well, leading the charge there.
So what Deckerville's doing defensively here is they're going 32, but they're sliding one of their middle backers out to just off tackles. They are not going to get beat outside today. And they're stacking their linebacker that's staying inside the box right over top of the nose about 3 yards. Of course, corners on the outside, safety over the top. Pickford will come to the line, their traditional double bug to the right. Long cadence. Story off left tackle. Nothing doing.
After seeing a couple of plays there initially, looks like Deckerville, as you said, they know what they want to do, and that's where we talk pregame. They're scouting. They have had a game plan drawn up for this one, and Pickford hasn't seen many 3rd and longs, but a big one here. 3rd and 10 at their own 43, 9.5 to go here in the first.
The D end for Deckerville there, number 21. He's made both of those last 2 plays. Now he's coming from backside on both of those, Dan.
Story in the gun, fakes the shuffle pass, breaks a tackle, cuts it back. He stepped out of bounds, and that's one thing where if you're not used to, you've never played in this building, the sidelines it's set up for 11-man college football, a thin line running just where the 8-man sideline was, and I think Story just kind of got caught there because he broke the tackle and turned the corner.
Well, that's kind of what I was getting at there, Dan, was 21 was coming off the backside to make those last 2 plays, and Coach Rader, good call there, kind of burnt him on the fake counter, catching him crashing. Double bug to the right, 4th and a long 3 here.
They're going for it from just shy of midfield. No, they go hard count and a timeout for Coach Rader and the Panthers. And now decision time. Wouldn't put it past them to lean on the lead horse and try to go for this one here, but a big play early on in this contest as Pickford takes a timeout. 9:07 to go here in the first. Do want to remind you that due to the MHSAA broadcast regulations, live video of postseason events is not permitted. So we'll do our best to bring you the detailed coverage in this one, our game, audio only. Do want to thank everybody for tuning in. Send out a shout out to the watch party down at the Sundown Lounge. I know they got the video up on the NFHS feed and listening to us down there. And for the very few people that must be remaining in Pickford, thanks for hanging out with us today.
Yeah, last one out, turn out the lights.
Here we go, 9:07.
Pickford has a split wide look to their left. Story in the pistol with Miller to his left.
Different look, they dropped him in back to return the punt, tried to get him up, dive, and a first down. Left side.
Great heads up play there by Bennett. He ran a tosser on the left side. He put his foot in the ground. He got the yardage that he needed. He dove. I don't think he really had to because he was at the sticks when he dove, but great play there by Bennett, getting his foot in the ground and getting north.
So the Panthers convert that crucial early 4th down, and they get a fresh set. Here's Story, right side, got a big block. He's free, second level, 30, 20, 10, touchdown, Tommy Story. And the Panthers are on the board with 8:32 to go.
Great
43
block.
yards.
Great block there on the edge by Bennon. Bennon and Miller really laid the groundwork for Story to get us another great cut by Story. Got his foot in the ground, got inside that outside block. Just a textbook run by.
Can't give him a head of steam like that.
No.
So off of the 4th down conversion, Panthers get the first big play of the game. They'll line up for 2. They're going to go with the pistol look again. It's Bennett behind Story. Miller to the right. Deckerville late adjustment flexing out to stop that toss, but Bennon makes a guy miss, reaches across, it's out, but he breaks the plane.
He was in before the ball came out for sure.
So it'll be 8-0 in favor of the Panthers as we take a quick break. It is the 8-player Division I state championship with the E.U.P. Sports Network.
State Senator John Demoose knows a thing or two about teamwork and helping support communities that we call home. State Senator John Demoose wants to wish the Pickford Panthers football team good luck in this year's Michigan High School Athletic Association 8-player Division I state football playoffs. Make us proud, Panthers. From Lansing all the way to Pickford, your state senator John Demoose says, go Panthers, go.
Smart Drywall and Painting wants to wish the Pickford football team good luck in their quest for a state championship. The Panthers are always Pickford proud, and the team at Smart Drywall and Painting can't wait to see what comes next. And when you need work done on your home or office, be sure to contact Smith Drywall and Painting. Go Panthers!
All right, back here at the Superior Dome, NMU. What a start for the Panthers. Opening drive of the game. They score. 43-yard run. Garza deep back for Deckerville. Eagles will try to respond here. Bruchalski, his big hop, the run up and the kick. He's going to go short, second level. Fielded on a hop at the 35 and not much doing. Logan Martin swallowed up by the Panthers. Seth Miller leading the charge there. 8:26 as Deckerville takes over for the first time today. They'll be at their own 36-yard line, dead center of the field.
I expect to see Deckerville in the eye early here. We're going to test that 4-2 of Pickford. But like I said before, Pickford is so solid in that.
Oh, they send their fullback out wide. Play fake. Looking. Oh, has a check down. Wide open left side. Big gain for Deckerville. Little misdirection there. They line up in that power I, send it back one way, and then they leak out the other back to the flats.
Well, I believe that was the tight end, Dan. He kind of did a delay block that you see a lot on Saturdays and Sundays, and then just leaked out into the flats there, and it was just a little lollipop pass there for Garza.
And they did a good job making McDonald on that far side kind of just hesitating. He didn't know stay in coverage or to pressure the quarterback, and it's dropped right over his head. Now, give here. It's going to be 13 Parker Merriman, who really is their 1 and 1A back.
Yeah.
As we mentioned with Salowitz, they form a great duo, and Merriman gets a gain of 3. Merriman went over the 1,000-yard mark. 2 1,000-yard backs for this team.
And that play right there, Dan, he lined up in the eye. They just ran ISO off the left tackle. Fullbacks going to find the linebacker. They might find some success with that.
5-man front, no, 6-man. Pump fake, roll out, pressure coming. Brown is there, back of the jersey, ball is bobbled, and finally Hunter Garza had to give it up. He had an opportunity.
Again,
Brown never gave up on the play as Garza rolled to his right.
Again, you know, with the state getting rid of the intentional grounding rule, quarterbacks are allowed to throw it away now. You know, we've talked about this a couple of times. You know, throw that over to the guy with the cape on the sideline.
Coach Mendoza's open.
And live to fight another down. Great pursuit by Pickford there. First guy wasn't able to bring him down, but there was 2 and 3 and 4 more guys coming.
And Brown came from the opposite side defensive end, just all the way around. Never stopped following Garza. Two receivers left.
Textbook pass rush, you know, outside in.
5-man front, Garza looks. Just a crossing route, deep on the fade. Beautiful ball, but just out of the reach of his receiver. He was looking for Flanagan.
McConkey in coverage there. They're testing him early.
And on 4th and long, boy, You mentioned it. You get rid of that ball, you're in third and manageable. Maybe you get a couple cracks at it. You can probably go for it from the positive side of the field, but that loss puts you back in your own territory. Now on 4th and 16, you just got to play the field position game now.
Yep. So Deckerville going to line up in punt formation from their own 48.5. Back deep for the Panthers is Bennon.
They'll wait at about the 12. Low line drive boot. Bennon's going to get a chance from the 12. Starts left, comes across to the 30-yard line, chopped down there. 7 minutes to go. So the early portion of this contest, Pickford in control, and that'll give them an opportunity to settle in and play more of their game.
And this is what Pickford wants here. They want the long field. They're going to chew that clock. They're going to control the pace of the game with their possession here. Pickford going to line up in their traditional double wing to the right.
Nobody split this time. They go heavy up front. Direct snap to Story. Got another big block. Right side. Same play they just scored on. 50. Dive and a miss. Story to the 20. Only one man can catch him, but he's in. 70 yards. And Story has gone 100 plus in the last 2 plays. And a huge one for Pickford. Same thing they scored on, just with an extra tight end and no wide receiver split wide. And again, they're hooking that outside block and getting him off tackle.
And I guess so much for that time of possession when you can score in bunches like that. We've seen Story do that so many times. But again, they're doing a great job of sealing that edge in. Great block there.
In the first couple of plays, we thought Deckerville really was aligned well and had the right idea to shut down the outside. Direct snap here. Bennon will take this one. Gets into the corner. No signal, and there it is. Conversion good. And that's big. You mentioned to me during the last break, Deckerville's an extra point team. So if Pickford keeps scoring 2s, that's going to be a big swing. And with 6:46 to go, the Panthers on top 16-0.
Now, I'm not entirely sure why Pickford kicked that last kickoff so shallow. I know their guy is Hunter Garza. He's back deep with Merriman, but it was so deep. It was so shallow. It was 2 bounces to Logan Martin there.
Yeah, I mean, that thing was almost an onside-er that took a big hop on the turf.
Exactly. So
and it's new turf here at Northern, so it's not very thick.
Now Deckerville lines up in a 4-2-1-1. I expected Pickford to kick it deep here and make him chase it horizontally across the field.
Brushalski has 4 to the left, 3 to the right. Run up in the boot. He goes short again, second level. Oh, might have went out of bounds. They're going to get yardage though there anyway. Really nothing hurt. Evan Benji kind of grabs that as it's getting ready to bounce out of bounds. I guess he could have took the yards in the re-kick on a penalty, but they'll get it at the 36-yard line.
Yeah, and I think right now you take it at the 36. You try and get your offense in a rhythm here. Pickford, like we said, doing a great job with their pursuit. I don't think you change anything if you're Pickford.
Snap here. They'll fake it and keep Garza on just a little bit of a read option. Plunges forward for a gain of 2. Rader and Brown in on the stop. Puts them at the 38-yard line, middle of the hashes.
Now Coach Brown is yelling his play into his quarterback.
Just a totally different atmosphere playing inside the dome.
Yes.
Might be the loudest it's been all year in here. Roll out on the fake. Garza Oh, in and out of the hands. Tight coverage by McDonald. He was looking for Parker Merriman.
Had Bennon over the top. Lucky that one doesn't get picked.
A lot of play fake and a lot of roll, a lot of boot motion out of this Deckerville passing attack.
And, you know, that's fine and all, but until you establish the run, you're not fooling many people.
No.
Pickford doing a great job in pass coverage here, really.
They've got Story playing up as a D end early on in this game. So you go Story, Miller, Rader, McDonald, and Brown helping up out front. That's tough to run against. Little reverse roll out, deep ball, has a man, and for the second straight drive, Garza has his guy deep, just overthrows Merriman, and now 4th and 8. Deckerville facing a 3 and out here. They're going to bring the punt team on.
Again, kind of going after McConkey. Might have seen something on film there. But, you know, McConkey, he didn't have bad coverage that time, Dan. He was right there.
Both of these teams pretty decent speed, both in trying to get open and trying to cover it. Garza, the quarterback, lines up to punt, and we get a whistle.
And we throw the blue bag instead of the yellow one.
Movement up front, false start. So we'll have a 4th and 16, ended their last drive, and now with the penalty, 4th and 13. And that's going to put them back about near the 0 mark in total yards. They had the big pass play to start the game. Bennon's going to be just inside his own 30. 28-yard line as he waits for it to come. Snap. Almost blocked.
Darn near blocked, man.
Rader got a hand up on a hop. Bennon went back to the 18. Stutter step. Huge block. Bennon almost gets free. Takes a big hit at the end. It'll be Pickford ball, right hash at the 39-yard line. 1st and 10. And the last 2 plays have been 43 and 70 from Story.
You know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, Dan. I expect to see that play coming our way this time.
Wide side would be towards us here on the deck. Panthers right to left.
They got their 2 wings over to the right. I wouldn't be surprised to see counter right here.
That's also true because they're going to be biting hard. Deckerville in that 32. They go with the counter on the shovel pass, and a great play by Salowitz.
Nobody fooled on that one, Dan.
As soon as Bennon turned that step inside, Salowitz looked like he got launched out of a cannon, puts his shoulder right into the thigh pad, and the first negative play of the day for the Panthers.
I think it kind of surprised Miller. Miller's usually the
lead guy.
The lead guy on that, and I just think Salowitz was just right in his hip pocket before he knew he was even there.
Salowitz coming from a linebacker spot. Got there. Story, straight drop. He wants to throw it. Just a quick little out to Miller, and they're on it. Salowitz helping in coverage along with Corbin Charbowski. I'll tell you what, Deckerville, they've got the speed to hang here.
They are a fast team. This is something that Pickford's not used to here.
3rd and 16.
Like a 3rd and 16 against a team that's quite this fast. Pickford does a really great job setting the edge.
They might be expecting pass. Jesse Kabaki, an extra DB, comes in. They're still in that 32, but he's listed as a DB and not a backer. And Story isn't getting 70 on that one. Great effort to get 6 back to the line of scrimmage. And Deckerville gets their first big swing of momentum here in this one. Panthers are going to have to punt.
Story will check out. Coming in as their long snapper, looks like Ethan Caldwell. Back to punt is McDonald.
Garza waits for it. The quarterback and return man at his own 20. The run up and the boot. Heck of a punt there. Angled sideline. They do not want to kick the ball to Garza at all.
I think that's going to be out of bounds right about the 30-31 yard line.
You would be spot on. They're going to put it at the 30.
And,
he's walking it up.
They're walking it up to the 33.
Left hash as the Eagles will take over.
Deckerville's going to come out in the I. Garza under center. Pickford in their 4-2. Turn, give. Here's the ISO play. They'll pick up about 8 off left tackle. Merriman looked like the ball carrier that time. I would expect the same thing the other way this time. Deckerville in the I. Merriman in the back.
They just go, yeah,
sneak.
Not bad.
Garza will have it by about 4 yards.
Second first down of the game for Deckerville. First one to move the chain since the opening play of the contest.
Needed about 2, he got 5. Considerable amount of Deckerville Eagles only going one way here, man.
Fake, and then a give to the tailback. Just shy of midfield, gain of 3.
That's an older play. A lot of people know it as the double dive. You fake the fullback to the A gap, and then you turn and give to the tailback opposite A gap.
A little bit of size coming in here. Chase Lamont and Merriman come out, and they're going to run it behind the big fellas. Big block. Garza cuts it back down to the 35-yard line. You knew what Deckerville wanted to do there. They bring in the heavies and run a sweep of their own, and a first down for the Eagles.
A lot of people listening. That was just your 18 power sweep. You got fullback, tailback, and a tackle pulling and leading around the outside.
Coach Brown says, you know what? That didn't look too bad. He's going to leave the heavies in. Give to the tailback. Nice play there. Tell you what, maybe the unsung hero of the day so far defensively for Pickford has been McConkey. Solid in coverage. Comes up and helps there.
McConkey and Cromie.
Yep. Now the problem for Pickford is you don't want to fly up too fast. Here's the play fake.
There it is.
There's the out pass, and he just missed him again. Looking for Sherbowski out of the backfield. Good pressure by Story to rush the throw.
Kind of caught Cromie and McDonald peeking there. They've been getting a heavy dose of run, just like you said, Dan. Don't want them falling asleep.
Well, you mentioned their last drive. Important for them with what they like to do in their passing game to establish the run. That's helped them here on this drive. They're going to go pistol. Student body left. 17 power sweep. Garza to the corner, just shy of the sticks.
He's going to
be a big 4th and short coming up.
3 to 4 yards shy here. 4th and, well, closer to 4, I guess I would say. Well, 3. They're kind of moving the stick around down there. 4th and a long 3 for Deckerville.
One more play here, potentially. I thought he was closer than that. You'll take it if you're a Panther fan.
Deckerville checking in Flanagan. They're going to split him wide to the left.
They've got a lot of different personnel. Little in and out, first down, the old stick route.
Nice timing on that by Deckerville.
Sells slant, just curled back out.
Because it was tight coverage by Bennon. Bennon was right there. But the timing, that's one thing you can't beat on them quick routes is the timing.
Garza's alone again in the gun. Receiver split each way, and he'll just plunge forward into the red zone. And that is going to bring us to the end of the first quarter here in the state finals. Pickford jumps out early. Deckerville knocking on the door. Panthers lead at 16-0 after the first.
Fight for your right to party with Busy Bee Rentals in Pickford. Don't get overwhelmed planning or trying to set up for your next big event. Busy Bee Rentals has everything you need to make sure it's a night to remember. Tents, tables, chairs, you name it, Busy Bee is on it. Break it down on their portable dance floor. Have a night to remember. Busy Bee Rentals, 906-322-2119. The Pickford Feed Mill wants to wish all Panther student athletes best of luck. From the trails to the track and the hardwood to the football field, the Pickford Feed Mill proudly supports the Panthers. The Pickford Feed Mill is open Monday through Friday from 8:30 until 5 and 9 until noon on Saturdays. The Pickford Feed Mill, located at 200 North Pleasant Street in the heart of downtown Pickford.
Back here at the Superior Dome at MU, Pickford leads at 16-0 after the first. This year is the year that the MHSAA celebrates a century of sports. Help celebrate 100 years of MHSAA by visiting them online. See exclusive content about the people, places, and things that make school sports so special, from rivalries and records to remembering some of the state's top players. Relive it all at MHSAA.com. And a thank you to everyone who's been a part of a century of school sports in Michigan. Ready to go second quarter. Be second down and about 7 from the 19-yard line for Deckerville. By far their best drive of the game. Finally slowed the Panthers down on offense in that final drive of the first quarter. Good mix on this drive in terms of run and pass.
I think that break really benefits Pickford, though, Dan. That's kind of a chance for them to catch their breath. Coach Rader, Coach Kangas kind of get a chance to talk to them a little bit, find out what exactly is going on, and make a few small adjustments.
Well, Pickford came out early in this game. They looked very poised, very composed. Deckerville's flying around, fired up. They got Superman with the cape running around down on the sidelines. I think Pickford kind of, like you said, take a deep breath, settle back in, hey, we're okay. Gonna give straight ahead. They're gonna go to Merriman. He's gonna plunge his way forward. And a 3rd and 5 coming up here.
Brought down by he just sits on the play from 3rd and 4.
Deckerville back in the eye.
Oh, break down there and Miller's through. Good job though. Last time, Garza didn't get rid of it.
That's got to be grounding, man. He's inside the pocket.
Referee White Hat's reaching into his pocket. No flag.
I don't know if that's not grounding.
Jailbreak pressure. Everybody up front for the Panthers got through. Garza gets rid of it. 4th down. Big play here in this contest. Pickford gets a stop. We'll have a chance to march down the field and really put a stranglehold on this thing early. The Eagles trying to stay in the fight. Garza, straight drop. Quick hitter, slant over the middle, down to the 3. Boy, you mentioned it, their timing is absolutely fantastic.
You know, That pass was an absolute dime because Bennon was right there. You know, the window on that ball.
That's 2 in a row where Gunnar Bennon's got to be thinking, what more can I do?
Exactly. The coverage was not bad at all there by Bennon.
Logan Martin on a slant route. Now they'll go Merriman. Oh, they tried to go up the gut. Panthers tried to strip it out. And then Cromie and McConkey wrap up the tackle. No closer on that one. And I tell you what, Logan Martin running that slant route. I mean, he doesn't have to look. He doesn't have to check on his quarterback. He hits that break, and boy, that thing is coming as soon as he turns his head around, and they look the ball in really well. Here we go, 2nd and goal from the 2-yard line. Garza in the gun, running start. He's in, touchdown, Eagles. And we've got ourselves a ball game early here in the 2nd. Now, the Eagles try to go for 2 to keep pace.
Yeah.
Extra point doesn't do them much good.
I don't think you're going to see the PAT crew out there right now.
6 is the kicker, Donker, and they are going to line up to go for 2. How about this? A little double wing look.
Kind of that alpha look, and he's just going to run behind him.
Got him.
In.
10:26 to go here in the 2nd. Deckerville on the board. They cut that lead in half, 16-8. Nearly 1,500 of the state's top student athletes are recognized for excelling academically and in school activities for the MHSA Scholar Athlete Award, underwritten by Farm Bureau Insurance. Applicants will be in the running for a total of 32 $2,000 college scholarships. Application materials available online through the MHSAA website. Deadline to apply for this year's program is coming up December 6th. Don't miss out. You can also keep up with everything MHSAA on social media. Follow them on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube for tournament updates, event announcements, video highlights, and high school sports news from around the state. The best way to connect the MHSAA every day. Dan Hardenbrook, Zach Klickner got the legalities out of the way. Good ball game here. How will Pickford respond?
Now, big opportunity for Pickford to respond here. We've seen Bennon be absolutely explosive in the return game. I think he sets him up in really good shape here, Dan.
He waits at the 15. That's been right about the general area. Short kick hard at the front line. They try to catch Miller off guard, and a good job jumping on top of it.
Well, good field position nonetheless. Starting on their own 48. When you start 2 yards from plus territory, you're in good shape.
Here come the Panthers, slowly walking up. Miller inside, Bennon to the outside, and that double wing to the right. Story in the shotgun. And a whistle.
We're going to get a delay of game.
Oh, wow. They took a lot of time coming from the huddle. And there were guys trying to communicate, and Josh Rader points down and
I know what Tommy's saying. He never put his hand up.
yeah.
But when you got play clocks,
Yeah, and I mean, pretty good sized play clocks too.
which you're not used to in the E.U.P, I can see his gripe. But that's just something that Tommy's got to get used to here.
Josh Rader just points down at the scoreboard. Story and the gun. Oh, fake the flip. Breaks a tackle. Story. He gone. Touchdown. Tommy again. Oh, they faked that little flip. We've seen Deckerville shut that down.
So add 57 yards to the variety.
Well, at 43, 57, and 70.
So
He's at 170 just on his touchdowns. 190. I'm not good at math.
170, Dan.
I don't know.
43 and 57 is 100.
Is it?
Yeah.
And then 70.
Yeah. Close. You got it right the first time. Pickford will line up in the pistol here. Miller to Story's left.
Story on the shotgun.
He'll toss it to Bennon, and Bennon's gonna no.
Oh, must have stepped
They must
out.
have said he stepped out of bounds first, Dan. He got the pylon, but he must have stepped out of bounds before he reached.
Deckerville likes 14 for the margin. 10-11 to go here in this one. We step aside. Panthers back on defense when we come back.
For top quality meats, fresh cut every day, it's Neville's Superette in Sault Ste. Marie. Neville's has been voted the Tri-County area's best meat market 10 years in a row. At Neville's, they strive to serve only the best products available. The holidays are just around the corner. Let Neville's Superette handle your catering order or that special event. Neville's Superette, I-75 Business Spur, Sault Ste. Marie.
If you're looking to upgrade or purchase your first tractor, Skinner's, your trusted tractor source in the North, has the brands you can depend on. Stop on out to Pickford and browse the high-quality and versatile tractors like Kubota and Mhsaa that can perform every job you have planned for this year. Or take an adventure in one of their Kawasaki side-by-sides. Whatever you choose, Skinner's always services everything they sell. Now is the time to put the shovel down or go on an adventure that never ends. Visit Skinner's in Pickford, Michigan, locally owned and operated for over 60 years.
Rychalski tees it up left to right for the Panthers. Gets the whistle. Another short little pooch kick. Merriman, second level. Tries to wait for his blockers. Never really got north and south. But good starting spot. You'll take that at the 40 every time. 10:05 to go as Deckerville just riding the wave of momentum after finally breaking through and getting a score. And then Tommy Story swings it back in Pickford's favor. The Division II championship game, see some Crystal Falls fans filing in. They will play at 2 o'clock. MHSAA Network will have an audio feed of that one. NFHS Network, I do not believe has a feed today. Being here at the Dome, they might be running their own. 2 o'clock to kick off in that D2 game. That's going to be a good one between the Trojans
And the Morris Orioles.
Always fun. You like days like today where it's a couple of UP teams representing.
Second and a long 6 here. Salowitz picked up about 4 on the first down play.
Another quick one, little curl route. Merriman turns, tripped up just shy of the sticks. The quick hitters really working for Deckerville here in this second quarter.
Third and about a half a yard here for Deckerville.
They're going to eyeball it.
They need the 50.
Yeah.
They need the chalk to the 50.
Yep. The chalk, is that chalk or is it paint?
Well,
Or is it just grass? Is it turf?
technically paint.
Here we
They are
go.
right dead center on the top of the Wildcat head.
Different look here. They go wing to the left now. Garza gets a block, cuts it back. Great vision. Eagles are going to score. Oh my. That was well executed.
That was a great block there from the tight end. He kind of looped inside and got to that second level. Back kicked the end out. Tight end had a great block there on, trying to see the number. That's just something Pickford's linebackers are just going to have to recognize a second sooner so they can get to that block, kind of close that hole up.
Garza got to that second level and he had two choices, inside or outside.
Exactly. Because when you let that block come to you, you have a tough time kind of squeezing that play.
Play fake and a rollout. Oh, Merriman got tripped up. Back corner though. Oh, what a catch. It's good. I believe that's Landon Shanks, 18, the tight end. Or is it 16? No, 16.
Looks like
18,
18
yeah.
or
Shanks.
10. Well, 10's over here, so it's got to be 18.
Great catch. I think they wanted Merriman on that little leak out. He just tripped up coming through the formation. But Shanks running the back of the end zone. Drags a toe.
So that's a play you see a lot on Saturdays and Sundays. It's they make it look like they're running split zone, but they'll bring that back, that wing, back across the formation and leak them through B-gap and kind of leak them into the flats on the backside. Quarterback will boot, but nonetheless, he found Shanks coming across from that backside tight end.
So this has turned into just a slugfest now. It's our third touchdown of the quarter. And we're at 9:07 to play.
Yeah, we're not even 3 minutes in.
Run up in the kick. That's going to Coach. Superman couldn't catch it either.
That's coming all the way over to the pavement.
And we'll see what Coach Rader wants them to do. Referees are not used to a state final. Finally turned the mic back on.
Hot mic. That did go past the 35.
Yeah.
That rule, Dan, a lot of people think it's where the ball goes out of bounds +5, or, you know, it's 25 yards from the kick.
All right.
So that penalty is 25 yards from where the ball was kicked off. So say they kick it off at the 35, then they'll get it at the 40 if it's out of bounds. If it's short of the 35, it is a spot foul.
Bennon and Miller to the left. Story in the gun. 35-yard line right hash. Going from our left to our right. And a good push there. But Story breaks another tackle. It should have been no gain, maybe even a loss of 2. Instead, Story somehow gets upfield and gets a gain of about 6.
There's an old saying, Dan. You can't make chicken soup out of you-know-what, but Tommy Story can.
This is a family show.
They had that, by all rights, squeezed down on the outside. He gets his foot stuck in the ground, and we got 2nd and 4. Again, that's the difference between Pickford and Deckerville. Pickford is flowing to the ball very well.
They got to go here, though. Play clock at 1, and they get it out just in time and go to Miller. Left side, hurdles for a first down. We'll say this Deckerville defensive line, not big in terms of size, but quick and strong. They're getting a good push.
And the DNs, like that last play, Story off tackle, they did a great job sealing the edge, but they didn't have the full like we talked about.
Story fresh set of downs, just shy of midfield. He's going to go straight ahead. Big block by Miller. And then on the back of Raiders, Story plunging forward. Gain of 7. And Pickford methodical here as they get across midfield. 7.5 to go. Deckerville does get the ball coming out of the locker room. We're getting into that crucial time. We're going to split Bennon wide to the right here. Behind Miller. Story breaks free. Touchdown saving tackle. Number 9, Ian Flanagan. Another first down to the 20 or to the 35.
Same formation, opposite side here for the Panthers.
Same thing, Story, and then he cuts it back up the middle. This time, they won't get the shoestrings. 4th time today.
2:05 on his touchdowns.
I'm letting you do the math.
That one was from 35 out for Mr. Story. So he's got 2:05 alone on his touchdown.
I'm just
today.
curious what his total is now. .32 rushing touchdowns.
They line up in a double wing look, and Story's going right behind the wing. He's not going to get there. No signal yet.
Big stop for Deckerville.
Short.
So 32 rushing, 16 passing.
And he's got
2.5 quarters to hit. He might end up with 50. We'll step aside. Panthers get the score. They lead at 28-16 here in the second.
O'Connor's Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Stop in, take a look around. No pressure selling right here in town. Servicing through and through. We're working hard for you. The name you know, community-wide. Local people with local pride. O'Connor's Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. O'Connor's Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Life is easier at Sioux Co-op Credit Union. Digital Wallet allows you to store your SCCU Visa credit and debit card in your phone's digital wallet and conveniently pay with just a tap of your phone. It's simplified shopping so that you can make purchases quickly, easily, and safely on the go. Visit us online at www.siouxcoop.com for more information.
Bruchalski, the hop, the run, the kick again, short. Merriman mishandles it. Goes back and scoops it up, but he was doomed from the minute he missed that hop. They're a little bit bigger, they're a little bit quicker, playing on the turf. So Deckerville still in good shape.
a lot of times, Dan, though, on those kickoffs, that little bounce, that little lapse that the ball's on the ground, that can really throw a coverage team off on their timing. Great job there by Pickford rallying to the ball.
5-man front with the wing to the right. They're going to block in front of Garza. It's kind of become a one-on-one showdown between him and Story.
He'll get a long 4 here.
That's not going to hurt Deckerville.
Nice tackle there by McDonald. Back to the left, wing to the left for Garza.
That's where he's going. Waits. Another thing, too, he's patient. He sees it. He knows he's going to get that seam inside or out. He lets his blockers develop and get there.
We talked about the pursuit a little bit ago there, Dan. Making that tackle there was Miller. He's a D tackle. And he made that tackle, what, 6-7 yards downfield?
Chasing it down. Straight drop here. Short on a little hook route. Through the hands and incomplete. Bennon all over Merriman.
Getting great coverage there by Bennon.
He's got to be saying to himself, I'm going to have to be right in this guy's back pocket, because he has had probably grade A coverage today, and somehow Deckerville's been able to complete some passes.
He's got to be a whisker underarm robbery.
Straight ahead now, fake inside, bounce outside. It starts with a trip from Rader. And then it's Brown and Miller and McDonald. All you got to do, you make them stumble and help's coming. 3rd and 13.
That's that defensive pursuit that we were talking about, Dan. You know, there was 5 white jerseys at that ball when Garza was taken to the turf. Twins to the left here for Deckerville. Empty backfield for Garza. Garza looks, he throws that slant. That's Flanagan. And again, on 3rd and long, they get it to 4th and Marysville.
Yeah, that's big.
And again, not bad coverage there on the back end, Dan. He had to catch that going to the ground because of the coverage.
Story on that one. Deckerville.
I think they're going to use a timeout here.
Yep.
They're going to give their guys a break.
Talk it over.
Big 4th down coming up here.
Running the play clock all the way down as far as they can as well, too, because if they do decide to go for it and don't get it, less time for the Panthers, although, as you said back in the first quarter, don't need much time of possession if you're Pickford the way you're moving the football.
No. I believe Pickford still has 2 timeouts as well.
Yep.
Yep.
See what both sides come up with here. Only a half-century plus of experience between the 2 head coaches in this one.
Merriman just checked in for Trenton Park. Trenton Park has been lining up at tight end, I believe.
Yep.
So if you're Pickford, I think you got to keep an eye on that. I believe the last 4th and short, they threw the ball.
Yeah. Yep. We also saw him pick up 5, 6, 7 yards on a QB sneak earlier.
So
you got the old hard count with the, a little bit harder with the noise.
They're going to go double tights with Twins to the left. Garza's empty in the backfield.
Pickford's coming. Garza straight ahead. Oh, well, they sent Cromie like a rocket.
They did.
Just missed him. Tell you what, if Cromie makes the stop there, Garza might be out in Lake Superior.
Yeah, he had a head of steam. I think he just went B gap and Garza went A gap. It was 2 trains passing him tonight.
Back in the eye. Haven't seen this since the opening drive. Straight forward, tough running. Merriman fighting forward.
There's that power. They pulled backside tackle, kind of led him through the hole and kicked the end out. And he had fullback and tackle coming through the hole leading for Merriman.
McDonald came up a little bit gimpy. Does look like he's okay. They're just playing big and nasty here. Another quarterback sneak. They're going quick count at the line. They're getting set, getting the snap, and coming forward.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Whoa, whoa, whoa. That's a terrible spot.
Oh.
Pickford had him stopped short. They were already in the process of moving the chains.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Little naked boot to the left. Not going to get much there. Miller, Rader, McConkey. Good day for McConkey to play lights out. He's kind of the guy that doesn't get a lot of the accolades or the attention. Done a pretty good job here in this one. And been the guy that they've been taking shots at.
He's held up pretty well in coverage.
Again, power eye, play fake. Looking deep, fade, Bennon, tight coverage. And with him every step of the way, never got beat deep. Logan Martin, the intended receiver.
Bennon putting the seatbelt on. Gotta be careful if you're Bennon.
Yep, a lot of bump in there, but nobody extended their arms.
You know, it was a good call.
Yep, pads hitting.
You know, both players were looking at the ball. That's the big thing that the officials look for on them PI calls. You know, defensively, you have just as much a right to the ball as the offense does. Snap to Garza. Garza's going left side. First contact at the line, but he ends up getting about 3 or 4. It's going to bring up 3rd and long 5, short 6. They need the pain of the 29, and the ball is just inside the 35.
If they don't get it, Pickford will have 2 timeouts. And probably just shy of a minute. (28-16). Snap, looks, throw, knocked down. Was it Rader or was it Brown? Rader gets a big old paw up, bats it out of the air. Panthers get the stop, and with 1 minute to go in the half, we will see what they do from their own 34-yard line.
Pickford lost about a yard on the complete pass, too.
Miller and Bennon to the right. Story in the gun. Flag.
Offense is lined up off sides.
Yep. Way to catch that.
Brown
We're almost right on the ball up here in the balcony.
I wouldn't have seen that unless you were looking right down the line of scrimmage.
We're only 4 stories up, so that's a pretty good spot from you.
I got a pretty good eye doctor.
He's watching today. Or listening.
If you're listening from Pickford, you need an eye doctor. He does work out of St. Agnes. Mr. Derek Date. Oh, Brown or McConkey close to being offsides again.
They probably could have called it straight ahead Story. Plunging forward. Penalty just gives him extra yards to add to his total.
They're calling a quick play here.
Yep.
Now, if you get the first down here, I think you call a timeout. Got to move with a sense of urgency, though.
Well, they've been Slow to the line a couple of times. Story fakes the flip, breaks a tackle. Miller had a block downfield. It's a first down.
Coach Rader's going to call a timeout.
Yep. Legs just don't stop moving for Story.
And you know, I think if he'd have kept going outside, Dan, it would have been 6.
Yeah.
He kind of had 2 guys there. He had a blocker out front.
Yep.
I think he was unsure of where his blocker was going. He got that foot in the ground. He got north, like we've seen so many times before. Nonetheless, he's down to the plus 40 here.
Got to give Miller credit too. Our good friend Coach Puckett knows a thing or two about blocking, and he loves guys that don't watch a play. And Miller got one and then went down and tried to get another. He's not watching, he's not looking. He doesn't know even where Story's at. But you like to say this too, hey, meet that guy in the end zone.
Yeah, you know, you can watch on film where your runner is.
Yeah. You'll find him in the end zone if you're doing your job.
Yeah, if you do your job, you'll see him go past you.
Miller was eating guys up 15 yards downfield. 21 seconds to go. Good old state finals, waiting on extra time for the media. They signal and we're ready to go.
Double bug to the left, Story in the gun. Story gets a snap, fakes the counter.
Little double move on Merriman.
And he does.
Shoulder pad flapping in the air.
I think he's going to have about 7. He'll have 7. So 2nd and 3 here. They're on the just shy of the 33-yard line. They need the 30 for the first. 15 seconds left. One more timeout for Pickford. They break the huddle. Play clock at 10 here. Split to the left.
Miller's wide. Brown at a tight end. Bennon's wide. A little backside, big fella screen. Raider with McDonald in front. Catches it. Heads up, gets out of bounds with 8 seconds.
He's got the first down to about the 25.
Little backside leak there.
So he was ineligible, and they shifted Brown off the line. They started with 6 on the line.
Yep.
You only need 5.
Eight seconds.
There was a penalty here, Dan. I don't know what. Not sure what the ref was inquiring about there.
Here we go, 8 seconds. Pickford, timeout. 1 remaining. Whistle, they went early.
Flag on the play. It's going to be a false start.
Yep.
I believe the wings were moving early. Seven seconds on the clock. Coach Rader's got a timeout here. If he doesn't like it.
Is there enough time to get 2 off here? 8 seconds.
So 8 seconds on the clock. I think that's 0.8 of a second. I don't think that's what they want on the clock.
No. Deckerville coaching staff. That's Coach Brown goes to the official and says, hey, you got to wind this thing. So now
Timeout Pickford.
Pickford will take a timeout. 2 long-time tenured coaches playing the chess match there.
So
explain that with the last 2 minutes.
Okay, what happened here was Raider did not get out of bounds. So they stopped the clock. Or no, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. The clock shouldn't have been running there, Dan. I think they goofed that one up.
With the penalty?
Because the
Raider was out of bounds, yeah.
If the clock was stopped on that penalty, the clock shouldn't have been running. If the clock was stopped prior to the penalty,
the last 2 minutes,
the clock shouldn't have been running. I think they goofed that one up, Dan.
Well, and Josh Raider was almost all the way out to the hashes, yelling back.
The only way that clock should have been running is if Raider wasn't out of bounds.
Because they added the second back on. Here we go. Story. Ball up to 25. Panthers will look. Look. He's going for it all. McConkey just out of reach. 2 seconds to go. That's about as well as you could have executed it if you're going to go incomplete.
Good ball placement there by Story. He put it only where McConkey was going to be able to get it. Pretty good ball there by Tommy.
Coming up at the half this week in high school sports, championship edition. Words from our sponsors, other exclusive content as well. Here we go.
Twins to the right.
Yep.
One wide left.
Story has room to tuck it. In trouble. Swatted away. Good heads up play. Deckerville thought incomplete pass. That was a strip sack fumble. But Pickford pounces on it. We go to the locker room. Panthers leading at the break. 28-16. It is halftime in the state championship. Glad to have you along with the E.U.P. Sports Network.
When it comes to that next big project around the house, make sure you've got the supplies to get the job done right. Tri-County Building Centers proudly serves the E.U.P. with 6 locations, including right here in Pickford. Find them on Facebook or visit tricountybuildingcenters.com. Featuring the best brands and the most knowledgeable staff, visit your local Tri-County Building Center today.
The Pickford Booster Club is the #1 fan of Pickford Panther athletics. Panther student athletes always make us proud. We love cheering you on. Congrats to Coach Raider and the Panthers on an undefeated regular season and for winning the 2024 Great Lakes 8 East Conference Championship. Good luck in the MHSAA state playoffs from the Pickford Booster Club. Go Panthers!
When it comes to concrete construction supplies, Northern Sand and Gravel is the company to turn to. They offer ready-mix concrete and aggregates that are engineered to premium standards. Call 906-635-5151 for a free estimate, or visit one of their locations in the Sioux, Newberry, or Gould City. Northern Sand and Gravel, your local concrete and sand service headquarters.
The best way to start your day is with the best cup of coffee you can find anywhere. For the area's freshest coffee beans grown right here on the Lake Chanot Islands and roasted daily to perfection. It's the Lake Chanot Coffee Roasters. Come inside the Lake Chanot Coffee Roasters in Cedarville. Open Tuesday through Sunday. Find Lake Chanot Coffee Roasters on Facebook or visit their website at lakechanotcoffeeroasters.com.
Central Savings Bank has been serving the E.U.P. since 1902. We live where you live, and we're here to help. With 9 convenient locations across the region to serve you, Central Savings Bank has your back. Ask what the CSB family can do for you. Visit any of our locations or online at centralsavingsbank.com.
Rob's Service and Sales is your locally owned source for HVAC service and sales. Whether it's heating and cooling for your home or business, geothermal services, or the safety and security of a surveillance systems, Rob's does it all. Located on Ashman Street in Sault Ste. Marie, or call 906-440-2510. Rob's Service and Sales says go Panthers. Let's heat things up this postseason.
High school sports are meant to be fun.
We love to represent our school, and we care about our sports.
We know you do too.
And because we all care, it can sometimes get intense.
So here's our perspective to make the experience more fun for everyone.
We know it's easy to react and yell during games, but we all make mistakes.
It makes the game more enjoyable when we hear you cheering positively.
Referees are human. Respect their decisions. They aren't perfect.
When you feel like yelling at an official, remember that you are representing our school.
As much as we want to win, just remember to keep the energy positive towards all.
During the season, we spend a lot of time with their coaches. They have a tough job.
You can support them by accepting their decisions.
And being thankful for all the time they have devoted to making us better.
Showing empathy and support to everyone involved is important.
Remember, you are the ones that set the example.
Thanks for coming to our games, taking us to practice, and always supporting us.
We couldn't do this without you.
We couldn't do this without you.
We couldn't do this without you.
We couldn't do it without you.
Everything you need to know about the 8-player football championships and new ways for high school students to get involved in officiating. I'm John Ross, and this is This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship. The 8-player football finals are at the Superior Dome in Marquette for the 8th time, but not all consecutively. 8-player was added as an MHSAA sport in 2011, and at first there was just one division. That first championship game was played at the Superior Dome, with Carsonville-Port Sanilac winning over Rapid River. Greenville High School hosted the next 5 years, from 2012 through 2016. 8 players split into 2 divisions starting in 2017, and that's when the finals moved back to the Superior Dome. 2 division champs were crowned there in 17, 18, and 19, but in 2020, the 8-player finals were held in Brighton, and then they moved back to Marquette in 2021 and have been there ever since. So if you're keeping track at home, that's 1 year in Brighton, 5 years in Greenville, and this is the 8th year at the Dome. Powers North Central is the only team to have won a championship at each of the 3 locations. The Jets are 5-0 all-time in 8-player championship games, winning twice in Greenville, twice in Marquette, and once in Brighton. The Superior Dome opened in 1991 and is the world's largest wooden dome. It's a geodesic dome, which means it has a lattice shell based on a geodesic polyhedron. Another geodesic dome you may be familiar with is the Spaceship Earth exhibit at Epcot. The Superior Dome is 143 feet tall, has a diameter of 536 feet, and it covers an area of just over 5 acres. The artificial playing surface is retractable and is home to the Northern Michigan University football, women's lacrosse, and women's track and field teams. For more on the 8-player finals, check us out, mhsaa.com. It's time for Game Balls, when we highlight a trio of standout performances from the past week. First, Essexville Garber's Audrey Ball. Her block at the net for the final point in a 5-set win over Kingsley gave Garber its first ever regional title in volleyball. Tecumseh's Emma Eldred, she had 15 kills in a 4-set win over Parma Western. This is the Panthers' first volleyball regional title since 2011. And Battle Creek Lakeview's Livy Overbeek, who had 11 kills and 10 digs in a regional championship win over Portage Northern.
Graduating seniors could qualify for a tuition-free skills certificate or associate degree through the new Community College Guarantee, no matter their GPA or your household income. Or if your child plans to attend a 4-year university or career school, the Michigan Achievement Scholarship Program has them covered. They could get up to $27,500 toward a bachelor's degree or up to $4,000 for career training. Complete the FAFSA to get started at mi.gov/achievement.
Our weekly Be the Referee feature takes a look at the fine art of officiating with registered official Paige Winnie.
Do you know the two main differences between 8-player and 11-player football? The name gives one away. 8 players played with 3 less players. The other difference is the field size. An 11-player field is 120 yards long and 53.5 yards wide. An 8-player field in Michigan is the same length but 40 yards wide, which moves the hash marks in as well. But other than those two differences, the rules of football remain pretty much the same. At least 5 players on offense must be on the line of scrimmage at the snap, and each offensive player must be within 12 yards of the spot of the ball when snapped. High school overtime rules are the same. Each team gets 4 downs from the 10-yard line to score.
Thanks, Paige. Now more than ever, we need officials. If you're interested, please go to the MHSAA website now to register. Check out what's happening with some varsity volleyball players in the Southwest 10 Conference. 13 players from Centerville, Decatur, and White Pigeon are now MHSAA registered officials, able to work middle school and sub-varsity contests. The 13 took part in the MHSAA's Legacy Officials program, a program designed to allow high school students to learn the skill of officiating under the supervision of a veteran MHSAA official. The Southwest 10 plans to offer this to students interested in officiating in basketball and wrestling in the winter, and then baseball, softball, soccer, and track and field in the spring. For more on the Legacy program, go to MHSAA.com and click on Officials. You've been listening to This Week in High School Sports, powered by the Michigan Achievement Scholarship, a production of the MHSAA Network. Thanks for joining us. I'm John Ross, and we'll be back next week.
For fantastic food with a fabulous view, choose the Cozy Corners Restaurant in Barbow. Beautifully situated on the shores of the St. Mary's River, Cozy Corners is famous for its delicious burgers, Friday night fish, and Saturday steak specials, and it's the perfect spot for you and the entire family. Unforgettable food with an unbeatable view. It's the Cozy Corners Restaurant in Barbow.
Serving the eastern Upper Peninsula and the entire state of Michigan, Islands Insurance can tailor a policy to fit your needs at a competitive rate. Providing a full range of coverage and carriers, Islands Insurance Center will give you and your family peace of mind. For all of your insurance needs, call 906-484-2226 or see them on M134 in Cedarville.
The Haskey Post Company proudly supports local student athletes in our communities. From paneling and siding to post rails and decking, don't start that next project without the team at Haskey Post Company. They feature Northern White Cedar products, and the Haskey Post Company can help you create a one-of-a-kind masterpiece. Call 906-484-2603 or visit them on East Swede Road in Cedarville.
Prescription Oxygen proudly serves the E.U.P, caring for you and your loved ones. Prescription Oxygen is the region's only home healthcare equipment and oxygen provider. When given the choice, give Prescription Oxygen a call at 906-632-3772 or stop by at 2675 Ashmun Street in the Sioux.
Make Midpoint Marathon your one-stop shop before you hit the road for your next big game. Gas, goodies, groceries, and more, Midpoint Marathon has everything you need for your next trip. Need a quick snack or something for home? Look no further than the Midpoint, located on the corner of M80 and M129, just north of Pickford. Midpoint Marathon, wishing the Panthers good luck in this year's MHSAA 8-player playoffs.
Taylor Acres Farm has been family-owned and operated since 2015. Offering fresh beef, pork, turkey, honey, and eggs. Taylor Acres also offers event venue services on the farm and tent, table, and chair rentals. USDA certified and proud to be a part of the Homegrown by Heroes program. For more information, visit Taylor Acre Farms on Facebook.
Hi, I'm Ed Mungan.
I'm up here today in the deep woods, right where last November this tree came down on me.
Started out like any other day. We had a big breakfast, we all met up. We did a previous hunt before that and decided it was getting later in the day that we were going to hunt this back out to the road.
Well, we were here hunting deer. I've got a gang of guys. We've been hunting together since 1985. Somebody tried to get a hold of me on the radio and I didn't answer. So that went on a couple of times, 2-3 times. That didn't answer. So
he was behind me and guys in the woods were trying to reach Ed and he didn't respond. I didn't know what had happened at that point, so I walked back to find out where he was. And that's when I found him laying next to the tree behind me.
And I was in a fairly open spot behind us on a ridge, and I tried to call 911.
We just finished up a check on a deer hunter in the central part of the county when we received a call of a hunter that was struck by a tree.
The whole day we've noticed some trees down the trails, tree branches were constantly breaking.
Knowing what I knew, I responded emergent to the location. Upon arrival on the scene, myself, PCO Romzek, and 2 EMS personnel loaded up into my patrol truck.
There was no roads to get to Ed. We actually had to drive the patrol pickup through the middle of the woods.
I was able to get around the berm, and a couple of members of the hunting party had already went and cleared the path to Edward.
Well, the wardens were pretty fresh on what was going on. I don't know that they had a whole lot of information until they got here. They knew somebody was hurt, but they didn't know what had happened. And the 2 amazing ambulance ladies just went right after it. We stepped aside and let them do their thing. They got him on a backboard and a neck brace, and they put him in the back of the conservation officer's truck, and they drove him out.
And at this time, the personnel said that they would like to work on Ed while we drove to the hospital.
Van Wagner then had to drive the ambulance so the 2 EMS personnel could continue to work on Ed as I followed him to the hospital with his patrol pickup.
And I had radio communication with the helicopter that was in the sky, and this is something we have been trained on in our academy. The chopper was just getting there, and so we pulled up. They jumped out, we loaded Ed up into the chopper, and he was gone. From there on, we were just wondering what happened to him.
I opened up my eyes and I'm looking up at the ceiling and I'm saying to myself, this can't be, never been here before. And the next time I woke up, I'm looking at the same ceiling and I'm saying the same thing, and my wife walked in.
She is the rock in this family. This whole time, she stayed. Shout out to Alex and the EMS people and all the hunters, because the fact that they got him to this hospital so quickly is, I think, a big part of why he's here, number one, and number
Back inside the Superior Dome at NMU, we are at the half, 28-16. Pickford on top of Deckerville. Do want to remind you the copyrighted presentation of today's game is courtesy of the Michigan High School Athletic Association. No reproduction, retransmission, other distribution of today's events is permitted without consent from the Michigan High School Athletic Association and the E.U.P Sports Network. Dan Hardenbrook, Zach Klickner, glad to have you along as we are getting ready for the start of the third quarter. The Panthers are 2 quarters away from another state championship. Many of these kids were in the stands when they did it in 2019, some of them even on the sideline as managers and ball boys, and now getting their own chance to etch their name into history. We will talk a little bit more about that when we come back. Third quarter action from the Superior Dome in the MHSAA 8-player Division I state championship.
State Senator John DeMoose knows a thing or two about teamwork and helping support communities that we call home. State Senator John DeMoose wants to wish the Pickford Panthers football team good luck in this year's Michigan High School Athletic Association 8-player Division I state football playoffs. Make us proud, Panthers. From Lansing all the way to Pickford, your State Senator John DeMoose says, go Panthers, go.
Smart Drywall and Painting wants to wish the Pickford football team good luck in their quest for a state championship. The Panthers are always Pickford proud, and the team at Smart Drywall and Painting can't wait to see what comes next. And when you need work done on your home or office, be sure to contact Smith Drywall and Painting. Go Panthers!
All right, fasten your seatbelts, ready to go. Deckerville will get the ball to start the third quarter of play. Put it in the comment section, but the talk of the first half here at the Superior Dome has been Tommy Story, 15 carries, 282 yards, 4 touchdowns in the first half. He is stealing the show here in this one, and he is just 78 yards shy of this single game rushing record in terms of total yardage for an MHSAA championship contest. Winding down the halftime here, and we will be ready to go. Pickford will go left to right as we bring it to you from the media deck at the Superior Dome. Both crowds excited, both teams pumped up and ready to go. Bruchalski waiting on the officials to give him the ball. And Mr. Klickner, you were making your way back up the bleachers. The stat line for Tommy Story in the first half, 15 carries, 282 yards, 4 touchdowns, 78 shy of the single game championship rushing record.
And I was looking at some of his cumulative stats on the season. He was only 329 yards away from hitting the 2,000 yard mark rushing coming into this game.
Bruchalski will kick it away. They have not gone deep yet, and they will continue, although this one's going to float and skip to the back line. Garza from the 15, left side, starts right, gets away from one. Oh, they miss a block that really would have sprung them. Good job by Gunnar Bennon to keep the chase on. And that's where Deckerville will take over. Going to be just shy of the 30-yard line, 1st and 10 here for the Eagles.
As far as halftime adjustments, if you're Pickford, I don't think you make many. You've done a pretty good job keeping them in check. Your adjustments in the third quarter will be the difference in this game to counter what Deckerville did.
Straight ahead out of the snap.
Just a little inside quarterback trap.
Raider, McDonald, Cromie, and on the play. Going to bring it up 2nd and 9. They fake toss, but follow behind the sweep. Garza gets the corner, big hold. Brown got spun right around. Deckerville's played pretty much penalty-free here in this one. And they're going to get the whistle there.
That was a no-doubter. So it's going to be 10 from the spot, which is about the 32. So they're going to be backed up to their own 22-yard line. Not sure what the discussion is. Oh, Raiders going to back him up. That's the decision.
Okay.
Giving him the chance.
That's gone their way a couple of times earlier in this one.
Second down, and Deckerville needs to get to Harvey. Wing to the right, back to the right.
Snap. Straight forward to the right side. Broken tackle. Garza dragging a man. He got 16 of it. So somewhere in Chocolate Township at least.
He got to the rest area.
McConkey might have saved an even bigger run there.
Again, McConkey and Bennett playing well in the secondary for Pickford. Rader and Miller flip on the defensive front.
3rd and 5. Fake to the left. Garza, strong, breaks the tackle. Great block downfield. Cuts it back across midfield to the 40. I'll give Garza credit. He's doing everything he can to keep up with Story. And a big one for the Eagles, who are backed up big time after the penalty and respond there.
Wing to the left, back to the right. Garza takes a snap. Gibbs.
That's the first carry today for Brandon Salowitz.
Off left tackle. Stopped there by McDonald and company. Brings up second and a long 4. Ball is on about the 34.5. They need the 30 for the first. Wing to the right, back to the left. Snap. Garza's going to take it himself. Big block on the end there by Salowitz. Garza will take it off left tackle. He's got enough for the first by about a football length. So 1st and 10 Deckerville. Ball just inside the 30.
Picking up some steam and momentum as they march their way down here. Snap. Fake to the right, counter back to the left. Garza is getting everything he can and lowering his shoulder. Story wants a hold.
Oh, you missed it there, Dan, on the play before. Salowitz came up and absolutely met Story there. I don't think Story ever seen him coming. You don't see that very often with Tommy.
Snap here, Garza ducks in, Cromie with the stop, the 3rd and short coming up. Pickford playing a little bit wider in the front of that 42 defense.
Yeah, they are. They're trying to take away that B gap. They did send Cromie that time. So dialing the pressure up just a little bit. 3rd and about 3 here.
Coach Brown is not even looking out at Garza. Wants to give him a break. Garza kind of wants to go here.
8 on the play clock.
Plenty of time. Snap, give, Salowitz. Gonna be close.
Gonna be just short, man. About a football length short, I believe.
They got a mark signaled already, 4th down, and it doesn't get much closer than that.
Yeah, I got one guess what's gonna happen here.
But sneak's not a bad option.
Pickford sending in some beef.
Is that 60?
60 checks in from Miller.
That's Eli McDowell, a senior.
230-pound senior.
Yeah.
And Deckerville's in the eye. They sneak, and he's going to have it.
The other thing Deckerville is doing, chewing up some time. They've taken up almost half of this 3rd quarter.
He didn't have that first down by none too much, Dan. Probably about a foot. Pickford almost had to stop there. They kind of eagled down their D tackles that time. Like we said, they put McDowell in there, kind of eagled him down into A-gaps. Back to the left. Garza will take it left. He'll get about 3.
Do want to mention Crystal Falls Forest Park again, trying to take the Division II crown. It'll be a 2 o'clock kickoff here at the Superior Dome. We'll have a link to the MHSA broadcast up on the Facebook feed following this Pickford contest. Fake here. Oh, they got the deep ball. Open. Oh, last second, knocked away. Cromie McDonald in coverage. Flag came in the throw.
We're going to have a hold on Deckerville.
Oh, man. That is a momentum killer right there. It'll be 3rd and long.
Interesting decision here from Coach Rader. So he's going to take it. Otherwise, it would have been a 3rd and...
Yeah, he would have 3rd and 7.
3rd and 7.
4 down territory, so you almost want to take the Josh Rader is talking with the officials. Interesting choice either way there.
Yeah,
like you said, you can back him up with the yardage,
I don't know,
or you can take it down away.
I don't know if there is a right answer until you see the results, Dan.
Yep.
And of course, hindsight's always 20/20.
Well, and Josh Rader's won 150 some more varsity football games than I have. Split receiver to the left. That's been Merriman, their top target, and into the back. Sedlowitz got into his own man. Cromie, who's only a sophomore. I think him and Bennon are the only 2 returners that'll be back next year from this defense.
Cromie, of course, only a sophomore.
Yeah. And he was varsity football ready as an 8th grader. With the spread, 3-man front, 3-man rush, and another quick hitter. Good job there, and a fight for a 1st down. Logan Martin's had a good game.
We got 4th and about 9. They had Story on the slot and McConkey out wide. Great job there by McConkey, keeping him in front of him. Now we got twins to the left, double tight. Empty backfield for Garza. Snap. Garza will take it himself.
Oh, nice little fake inside. Then he gets the corner, lowers his shoulder on Bennon. Oh, and Bennon's slow to get up. Garza lowered the shoulder, and you hope Gunnar Bennon's okay. Laid his body on the line to save a touchdown. And they're going to come out and check on him. He tried to get up and then went right back down. Is now rolled over. That time the two trains collided.
I get something down on the legs, Dan. I hate to speculate.
That's a good sign compared to head, neck, shoulder.
Could have been like a knee in the back of the quad there. Of course, that's never a good feeling.
Guard Kangas Josh Rader out to check.
Sometimes I'm
going to be a 1st and goal coming up.
Sometimes I'm deep tissue bruises, boy. They oof.
They're going to get him up. You're right.
He is walking
little gimp.
A little gingerly, but he is up and walking under his own power.
So, Deckerville will bring their offense back up. They have overcome a couple of deep yardage situations behind the chains on this drive. They've had it for 7+ minutes, and Merriman's in. Touchdown, Eagles.
That I formation, ISO to the right side. Great lead block there by Chase Lamont. Not a real big kid, but he lines up at that fullback. 5'5". Deckerville will kick the PAT here.
Been waiting to see this. The kicker is Mark Donker, a 6-foot junior. No added benefit of going for 2, so they might as well stick to what they do best. As you said, primary kicking team on the PAT. Snap good, hold good, kick good. That's why. A bullet into the net.
Of course, the PAT chart there, I'm sure, says kick the PAT.
4:39 to go. Deckerville back at it. They've never really been out of it. Been a pretty even ball game since that early 16-0 lead. The guys from the State Champs Network are racing. Is it Superman?
I think it's Deckerville Man.
Deckerville Man. He won the foot race.
If I was a State Champs guy, I'd have grabbed the cake. He would not have beat me.
Gotta love the atmosphere, and a championship Saturday for the 8-player teams, championship Saturday for volleyball teams down in Battle Creek. Semi-final Saturday at the 11-player level.
I think that was just our version of Run, Rich, Run.
I can't believe he's upright and into it still. Kick here, Story's back with Bennon out of the game. Not a bad option. The only thing Story probably hasn't done is run a kick back, and he'll get out to the 37-yard line.
And I wouldn't bet on that. Well, I'll be able to tell you here real soon.
Yeah. I can't imagine he would have a...
No, he has not.
Well, you're looking at, how many do they have? Kick returns, like 6?
10.
So not a lot, due to, we'll say, a lack of opportunity.
And Bennon's run 2 of them back.
Yeah.
So 20%
right.
of your kick returns are touchdowns.
Get your math hat on. 282 for Story. Needs 78 for a state championship game record. Good stop by Deckerville.
He'll be at 284. We'll make this real easy.
Yeah, I like it. Well, we saw how good my math skills were in the first half.
Split left, back to the left. He'll give to Miller. Miller gets it out to about the 44-yard line.
That's Miller's first carry of the ball game. So 360 is the number to get for Tommy Story. 284 right now.
Looks like Bennon checks back in.
To see he's okay. Got stretched out, I'm sure. Bennon and Miller both wide. Story alone in the gun. Drive there, tripped up and into the back of Raider. Is that 6? 2 silhouettes. Shoots through. What do you do here?
4th and 3.
Own side of the field. McConkey is in. I think, well, they're going to take Bennon out. Tough.
I think you trust
I don't know how you guys do this here. How you guys do it in the spot. They're going to lean on the horse. Straight forward. Face mask. He didn't get it. Oh, he could have made it quick. And the referee, White Hat's telling him, I don't think he got the face mask. I think he got the side of the helmet. Big stop for Deckerville. They got down 16-0 early. And now Pickford, plenty has been made about their offense. But you mentioned it in the pregame. A defense that gives up hardly anything gets a chance to shine here late in the third quarter. Garza was a step away.
He'll pick up a long 4 there.
The other big advantage with that stop for Deckerville is we're 10 minutes into this third quarter, and they've had it for about 8 of those 10 minutes.
All but 4 plays, Dave.
Yeah. Snap. Salowitz on the fake. Raider. Cromie. Story. You think he's fired up?
Well, I'm not sure if that was a read or not there, Dan. If it was, I would say Garza chose wrong, running right into the teeth of that Pickford defense. Story, great play there. Along with Miller and Raider. Miller and Raider will now switch on defensive front.
Snap here, Garza. Salowitz got a big block, but just a lot of traffic, a lot of bodies from both sides on the ground. Garza plunges forward.
Hayter had a great stalemate there at the line of scrimmage, and Garza kind of ran into his own guy there because Raider just didn't let that guy gain any ground. He didn't let him move the point of attack at all.
Well, now a big 4th down for Deckerville. 4th and 2, ball at the 37. It's almost actually 3. Snap, sweep to the right. Garza, corner, steps out of bounds. First down, Eagles.
So 1st and 10 Eagles from the Pickford 32 and an eighth line. Deckerville, no rush here. We're going to get rolling. Clock's down to 3, 2.
Running back almost went early. Garza breaks a tackle. Right side, high steps, touchdown, but it's coming back. Garza shook his head. He knew it. Everybody just kind of stopped. Hold. Signaled.
Still working on
the mic pack. So Deckerville thought they had the lead. They've been here before in this third quarter.
We still got the hot mic on.
Third time in this third quarter that they have been backed up well behind the chains.
So they'll be first and 19 because of the spot of the hole.
Snap. Garza gets away from Miller, turns the corner, gets 5 of it back there. Inbounds. No, they stop it now.
Call them out.
Seconds left. Chance for Deckerville to get one more play. Back in that kind of split pistol. Over the top, they got him in. Oh, no! Oh, yes, if you're Pickford, but Logan Martin is going to see that thing in his nightmares. They faked the swing. Everybody bid on Salowitz, and just a little seam route, a pop pass.
So what they're looking for there, Dan, is they're getting that tight end one-on-one with that linebacker, and that's what they had.
Martin was at the 10. Nobody near him.
McDonald was in coverage, but he was about 5 to 6 yards behind him.
Oh, you feel for the kid.
Golden
Look at this
opportunity.
guy on the Deckerville sideline.
Golden opportunity for Deckerville.
3rd and 15 now. That's twice they've had touchdowns. Fade route deep. McConkey took Merriman out of the play. It'll be 4th down, and we will go to the 4th quarter. Panthers trying to hang on in the state championship. This is the 8-player MHSA Division I final on the E.U.P Sports Network.
O'Connor's Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Stop in, take a look around. No pressure selling right here in town. Servicing through and through. We're working hard for you. The name you know, community-wide. Local people with local pride. O'Connor's Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. O'Connor's Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Life is easier at Sioux Co-op Credit Union. Digital Wallet allows you to store your SCCU Visa credit and debit card in your phone's digital wallet and conveniently pay with just a tap of your phone. It's simplified shopping so that you can make purchases quickly, easily, and safely on the go. Visit us online at www.siouxcoop.com for more information.
All right, here we go. 4th quarter in the MHSA Division I 8-player championship. Pickford has led the whole way, but Deckerville has hung tough. Not many scoreless quarters for the Panthers on the season.
I will give credit where it's absolutely due, Dan. Deckerville is proving their worth up here, hanging with this tough Pickford team.
They've had 2 touchdowns wiped out on this drive that would have gave them the lead. One on a holding penalty and another one almost certainly a touchdown. You never know. But man, all they had to do was catch the pass and turn around and they walk in. 4th and 15. Ball from the 36-yard line.
You know, we've talked about this in the past. Sometimes those passes like that are the tough ones to catch, where you're all by yourself. It's you and the ball.
A play you make a 99 out of 100 times. Here's Deckerville. Different set. Snap, fake, roll out. Oh, he's got Salowitz up the sideline. Brennan turned around. Touchdown, Deckerville. On a dime.
What a ball.
Again, Bennon's there.
Again, he's there. You can't cover it much tighter than that, man. I will be the first to tell you, I haven't been on the coaching side of those plays numerous times this year. You know, there's, what do you say? There's not much you can say.
Right hash to kick the PAT. Deckerville's first lead.
Snap, good hold, kick up, and
The kick is good. Off the crossbar of the soccer net.
So he scored a PAT and a goal.
Well, hey, I will tip my cap to Deckerville. They had a handful of opportunities to lose their composure there.
Yeah, I mean, 4th and 15.
On to the next play.
4th and 15.
Yeah, 1st and 19 after a hold wipes out a touchdown. 4th and 15 after a drop, sure touchdown. And Garza just spins an absolutely beautiful ball to the back corner.
You know,
and now the Panthers get to answer.
That's a pass that we've seen him throw probably 50 times in pregame, man. But one group was on the far side of the field and throwing that ball, the go ball, the wheel.
I don't know if Garza could have put that in a better spot if he walked up and handed it to the guy.
No, Bennett was right there. You know, even if the trajectory of that ball, if Bennett puts his hand up, he's still not going to hit it. He just kind of dropped it in over the top. Beautiful ball there. Now,
all right, Donker to kick.
Pickford has to respond.
Bennett back, runs up 22, stutters, cuts, looking for a lane. Deckerville has been a different animal, coverage and defense.
How much of that injury is affecting Bennett at this point? We obviously don't know the extent of it.
All right. Tommy Story has done just about everything imaginable in the past 4 years.
You know
but now here he sits.
You know what he hasn't done this year, Dan? Is play from behind.
That's exactly right. But he sat just a few feet away from where he stands now and watched his older brother do it before, and now he'll try to lead the Panthers on a fourth quarter comeback in the state final. Fake the flip, turns the corner, cuts it back across midfield. Give him 14 more.
So he's at
that's 298.
298.
Looking for 360. I lost a couple on the spot again. So probably 12. Oh, flag. Panthers go early.
I'll start on, looks like Cromie. Left tackle, nonetheless.
That is Cromie.
Gotta keep that composure a little bit here.
No, it's not. 32, Wiltfong.
I'm going to give Story 298.
We'll go with it. Might not matter if he has his way here in the fourth. Snap. Story cuts it back. To get 3 there. So he's over 300.
Oh, 8 there.
Oh, with the penalty. 3:06.
2nd and 7. We're down in distance.
7.
On the Deckerville 40. No, on their own 49. I'm sorry.
Snap. Forward. We might not see much more than that. Across midfield.
We'll give them 4 there. 3rd and a long 3.
Story gets the play. No, it'll be Bennon. Not Bennon. I gotta get my eyes checked.
McConkey out,
Yeah.
Bennon in.
Relay in the play. 10 minutes to go. State championship. 3rd and 4. Deckerville's defense looks over for a signal. 6 in the box. Oh wow. What a play. Salowitz.
What he is doing, Dan, is he is keying that wing. When the wing comes across, no matter what, he's going. He read his key.
Read steps, you preach it, don't you, as a coach?
And that, that was absolutely textbook there. There wasn't much Miller was going to do there.
Out, Panthers. 4th and 5 from the 49-yard line.
I'll actually give Miller credit on that late in, that he hung on to the ball.
Yeah.
Because he never seen him coming.
Nope.
That was a fantastic job by Miller on maintaining possession.
I think this is more, fellas, we're okay from Josh Rader than it is strategy or play call.
Yeah, they don't reinvent the wheel here. It's 4th and manageable. It's 4th and about 4, long 4, I'll say. You just do what you know. You run your system here.
Trust yourselves.
Yeah, trust your system.
Story has left the huddle.
Story's left the They're going to punt here, man.
Wow. All right, he trusts his defense. I'm not sold. Bennon's pretty quick back there, but he is banged up.
I don't know.
We're going to have to see how they line up here.
I don't know.
Bennon's going to stay wide. McDonald's back. They are going to punt this ball. Unless they get... Can you pull hard count?
The Deckerville's playing defense.
Yep.
They're not even sending the guy back.
McDonald. And Josh Rader.
He burns his 2nd time.
Wow. Back-to-back timeouts.
Wow. I'm willing to bet, Dan, that they had a fake on there. They seen that Deckerville didn't drop a guy. If that's the case, hey, that's a great timeout.
Yeah, because you're putting McDonald in an almost impossible spot there. So I think maybe Bennon's back there, if he's fully healthy. But that's that's their punter. Oh. Getting your money's worth in this one. Here we go. McDonald back in it. You never know, they could have came back out on offense there, but it is McDonald. Deckerville's not taking any chances. They can let that thing bounce and roll. Waiting for the ready for play. There it is. McDonald. Snap. Gets it. Nearly blocked. Great punt. Lands at the 12. It's going to check up, and that's going to play perfectly for Pickford. Bennon at the 1-inch line went down to his knees and made sure it didn't get into the end zone.
That ball stopped right there, Dan. It wasn't moving when Bennon downed it there. That was an absolutely textbook punt by McDonald. He couldn't have hit that one any better.
The nose of the football is going to be almost touching the goal line. Shadow their own goal step here. Deckerville has stopped Pickford on both of their drives in the second half. Pickford is going to go 5 men up tight. There's 7 in the box. Give straight forward. Gets a little bit of breathing room out to the 3. Merriman on that one. Deckerville's okay too, running time.
Yeah, this is, we're going to use every last bit of these play clocks here.
Again, 4th down. Back-to-back timeouts needed for the Panthers. They have 1 remaining.
Deckerville in the eye again, that ISO dive again, and he's going to get...
Second effort, just short of a first down.
He's going to
Merriman.
get 10 there. Deckerville needs about a yard for a fresh set of downs.
Great pressure, but got it forward progress. Didn't get it by much.
Bennon getting a little frisky.
Yep.
Now you gotta check yourself in this situation.
A lot of the Deckerville fans have filed down onto the walking track around the field, trying to keep their team fired up and in front in this one. 7:35 to go. And the clock, you also want to keep an eye on there, that play clock, which is in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen.
Garza just dives straight ahead out of the eye. He'll get out to the 15. Gain of about 4.
Whistle. Pickford player down.
I believe
Officials
that
timeout.
is... I believe that's Brown. I don't see Brown.
Yeah, I don't see the old 4-2. No, he's on the far side. Raiders there, McDonald's there. Bennon's there, Miller's there. It might be Cromie.
That's the one I see missing.
Both teams getting sent to the bench.
Hopefully it's just the wind.
Yeah. Guard King, guess that is who it is. It's Cromie. Trainers on site here for the state finals.
He is up.
Little gimpy as well.
He was right in the middle of that scrum.
7-12. It'll be a 2nd and 6 coming up here.
Clock winds. Deckerville's got 20 seconds if they want to use it. They'll snap it.
There you go.
Garza straight ahead.
Keeps going. He's got guys on his back. 12-yard gain. He's getting them fired up. And now takes a moment for himself. Ball to the 27. And again, Coach Brown waits, runs half of the play clock, calls it in so they can get it to the huddle. And he's done that throughout the game as well to give his guys a little bit of a breather in between plays. Give Merriman.
If you're Pickford here, you gotta get them into 2nd and long, 3rd and long. Right now, they're getting 4-5 yards at a clip.
That's all they want.
That is exactly what they want. Halfway through the 4th here.
Stop. Give. There's a big stop initially in the backfield.
That was huge though, Dan. That was huge. We got him to 3rd and 5 here.
McDowell breaks through. Had help. McDowell came in on that Cromie injury. Be under 5 to play after this one. Roll out. Great job by Brown. Stretches it out. And a heads-up play there by McDonald. Shove him out. Does he have enough for the first?
He's going to be close. He's length of a football shy.
They're going to look at it. Oh.
I don't know. I don't know how you don't measure that one, Dan.
I would think time and circumstance would say Josh Rader and guard Kangas probably thinking the same thing.
I don't know how you don't measure that one.
And then they move it up. So they get set. So they measure it, spot it, and then they move it up. They're only going to need 9 here. Tripped up, out of bounds.
Close to another first.
Pickford has been almost all on defense in this second half. Deckerville has played keep away. And they're a yard away from another first down. Back in the eye where they started. Give. Merriman juke. First down. Matt just shy of midfield.
just doing a little quick math here, Dan. If they stay in bounds and don't get another first down, can get it down inside of 2 minutes. And they're not going to do anything fancy.
Again, 4 or 5. Consistently with the occasional 7 or 8.
Throw me 7 back in here.
100+ tackles as a sophomore. 340. Quarterback sneak. Not much there. It's going to be a big 3rd down coming up. Give outside, breaks a tackle, down to the 35. They are marching. The Eagles have flipped this script in the second half. Give. Merriman tries to cut it back. Good stop there. He didn't want to get any closer to the sideline. And we get a whistle.
Pickford will use their timeout.
That's the last timeout for Josh Rader. 2:21 to go.
2nd and 6, so they can't kneel it out. You're telling your defense here right now, hey, this is it. We got to get our stop here, boys.
Well, this is a chance to put him in one of those 3rd and longs.
Exactly. They had him a 2nd and 7. You got to keep them to a no gain 1 yard play here. That's going to be key. Now, the other side of that token, Deckerville's kind of been chipping away. We got to tell our secondary from Pickford, don't fall asleep on that pop pass.
Yep. They might go for the haymaker.
Yeah, I mean, in all intents and purposes, that would put this one away.
It would come down to the conversion.
Well, they get a
Well,
first
they would
down.
get to kick an extra point and be up.
They get a first down, the game's over.
Yeah. Here we go. I formation. Pickford's playing everybody within 5 yards of the football. Straight forward, quarterback sneak, and that's just move forward, run time.
Now, Pickford has the situation that they want. 3rd and 6 here.
You got to figure 2 more plays from here. Deckerville.
2 more plays from here. Yep. You're inside of
a minute.
You're inside of 40 seconds.
Yeah. 3rd and 5. Ball at the 31. A first down, and it's lights out on a dream season for the Panthers. They're not going to get it.
Now, 3 timeouts for Deckerville. So you run this all the way down to 0.
And then draw something up to try and win the game. sides. They're on their feet here in the dome. Whatever happens in the next minute, this has been a heck of a ball game. Got it. I think everybody thought they were going to run it down. First down. The Eagles can take a knee on it. And who would think just a simple under center quarterback sneak would change the fortunes for Deckerville and for Pickford. For the first time since 2012, the Eagles will be a state champion and one of the most decorated groups in Pickford Panther history. They're going to come up one game short. It's over. The Eagles have knelt on it. Pickford stunned. Nobody moving. 282 yards in the first half. And they hold Story to less than 30 in the second. Pickford does not score. And the game-changing drive for the Eagles. Touchdown, called back for a hold. Drop pass, put them in 4th and long. And they found a way to get it done. And Deckerville, a perfect 13-0. The last team standing in Division I. We will take a break. Come back here to the Superior Dome and wrap this thing up. Deckerville edges Pickford 30-28 in the state final.
O'Connor's, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. Stop in, take a look around. No pressure selling right here in town. Servicing through and through. We're working hard for you. The name you know, community-wide. Local people with local pride. O'Connor's, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram. O'Connor's, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram.
Life is easier at Sioux Co-op Credit Union. Digital Wallet allows you to store your SCCU Visa credit and debit card in your phone's digital wallet and conveniently pay with just a tap of your phone. It's simplified shopping so that you can make purchases quickly, easily, and safely on the go. Visit us online at www.siouxcoop.com for more information.
Dan Hardenbrook, Zach Klickner back with you inside the Superior Dome, the first half of the state championship doubleheader. A good one that went down to the very end. But it's the Deckerville Eagles at 13-0, come from behind to take this contest by a score of 30-28. Tommy Story was the story in the first half. But man, oh man, Garza puts his team on his back in the second half for Deckerville. And a great game between these two teams.
So 282 Story had at halftime. He ended with 310.
They did not score, and I think they only got one first down.
Held to 28 yards in the second half. Of course, my big turning point in the second half, Dan, was that counter to Miller, where
it was a big swing.
Yeah, he never seen the linebacker coming. Linebacker shot the gap. That just kind of took the wind, I think, out of Pickford's sail a little bit there.
So that'll wrap it up here from the Superior Dome. Do want to thank Pickford Athletic Director Susan Eddington, Principal Matt Johnson, and the entire team at Pickford for having us along with them for this playoff journey. It's going to be a bitter end, but when they look back on it, Pickford got a lot to be proud of.
And I think they did a really, really great job representing the Great Lakes East End.
Yep.
when you end up playing in Superior Dome the last game of the season, and you know what a ball game, 30-28. I know there's disappointment, but at the end of the day, you're one of the last 4 teams playing in the state in 8-man football out of 2 divisions. So hats off to Pickford.
Make sure you follow the MHSAA for full coverage of today's contest as well. Jason Juneau, who is on the board with the U.P. Sports Writers and Sportscasters, been doing coverage all day long for the MHSAA. Check that out as well, and follow our Facebook feed. When they're getting ready to kick off, we'll have the link up for Crystal Falls and Morris in the Division II final. That is a 2 o'clock kickoff. It actually might be a little bit later than that, as we're at 1:30 now, and those 2 teams are waiting to take the field. From the Superior Dome, that concludes our coverage. That's Pickford Panthers playoff football on the E.U.P. Sports Network.
This is Pickford Panthers playoff football on the E.U.P. Sports Network. Today's game is brought to you by the Mhsaa Golf Course, Hartley Woods Realtor, McKellar Williams, Northern Michigan Properties, Alcona Health Center, Islands Insurance Center, Alpine Engineering, the Haskey Post Company, Sioux Co-op Credit Union, Ator Oil and Propane, Midpoint Marathon, Rivers Granite Custom Countertops and Cabinetry, the Cozy Corners Restaurant in Barbeau, Prescription Oxygen, Cedarville Foods, Skinner's Tractor Service of Pickford, the Tri-County Building Centers, Wilderness Treasures, Harrison Electric, the Pickford Booster Club, Forefront Credit Union, Taylor Acre Farms, O'Connor's Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram of Pickford, Neville's Superette, Busy Bee Rentals, Smart Drywall and Painting, the Pickford Feed Mill, Rob's Service and Sales, Les Chenot Coffee Roasters, Northern Sand and Gravel, John Anderson Broker with Real Estate One, Senator John DeMoose, Central Savings Bank, and the Sundown Lounge. This is Pickford Panthers playoff football, exclusively on the E.U.P. Sports Network.